Hello and welcome back once again to the Wrestling Rant. Time for the predictions for this Sunday's Payback pay-per-view, which will be this Sunday. I believe it would be June 1st. So, yeah. And it's in Chicago, so, yeah. The pre-show match is scheduled to be Hornswoggle versus El Torito in a hair versus mask match. I really hate the fact that I even have to go over this dog shit, but be that as it may, this is the pay-per-view predictions, and this is part of the pay-per-view, so I would have to predict El Torito to win, mostly because masked wrestlers don't usually lose their mask, and Hornswoggle, Jesus, he started off with having really short hair, and all of a sudden, now that he's joined 3MB, his hair is really long, so this is probably just a way to cut his hair down and probably get him the hell away from 3MB. So, yeah. Don't know. Don't really fucking care. Moving on. In the actual pay-per-view itself, I'm going to do this match first, even though I have it written down at the end. There was a match added to the pay-per-view from the SmackDown spoilers. Now, it wasn't part of my notes. I must have missed that. Or whoever was covering it must have missed it and didn't write it down. But during SmackDown, it was announced that at the pay-per-view we were going to have Rusev versus Big E, since the two of them have been feuding now for a couple of weeks, or at least seemingly feuding. Very weak feud. This stupid, idiotic America versus Russia, or whatever the fuck. Nobody cares about this feud, by the way. But yeah, something tells me that would probably be the first match on the card if some of these other matches don't happen. I have a few possibilities of matches that haven't been announced, but they could possibly happen, or at least things that could happen, not necessarily matches. But either way, I would guess Rusev versus Big E would probably be the first match. And either way, I would have to predict Big E to win. Rusev has been on an undefeated streak since debuting. He's been beating up, let's see, he beat up Kofi Kingston, he beat up Xavier Woods and R-Truth, he beat up some other people. Who really cares? Nobody cares about this guy. So, honestly, the best thing for them to do would be to have Big E completely squash him. Just completely destroy the guy and send his punk ass back to NXT. Because he sucks. Honestly, he shouldn't even be employed. He's a frickin' hoss with no personality, and the generic, evil foreigner gimmick has been done to death. You could have given him a different gimmick. You could have done something interesting with him. But you chose to be unoriginal and stupid and give him the generic evil foreigner thing. And the guy's just a boring hoss. But yeah, I'll predict Big E to win this one, even though that might be foolish, because knowing the WWE, they don't care that Rusev isn't getting any reaction. They'd probably have him win anyways. Don't know, don't care, moving on. Also announced for the pay-per-view, we have the Intercontinental title match. Our current piece of dog shit champion, Bad News Wade Barrett, punk-ass limey cunt, defends against the winner of the... Was it a tournament? No, it wasn't a tournament. It was a three-way? I don't know. Either way, Rob Van Dam's your number one contender, and he'll be facing Wade Barrett for the Intercontinental title. And I really don't see any chance that RVD would win. Something tells me they want to build Wade Barrett up, so having him beat somebody like RVD who has, still some semblance of credibility, somebody who's been in the business for a while, has a lot of experience, etc. They probably want to put Wade Barrett over, so this would probably be a good way to do it. So yeah, I'm going to predict Barrett to retain by hook or by crook. He'll probably have to cheat his punk ass off, but whatever. So there's that. Also announced for the pay-per-view, this isn't a match, but let's see. Stephanie McMahon said on Raw that she was going to give Daniel Bryan one more chance to make the right decision and surrender the WWE World Heavyweight Championship to her. Either that or Stephanie is going to fire Daniel Bryan's wife, Brie Bella. Report came out that since Bryan is already expected to return or recover from his injury fairly quickly, they already have him advertised for events in June or July, I think. And so it's also been reported that they're probably not going to be stripping him of the title. So you can probably bet that Bryan will tell Stephanie to go fuck herself. And if Brie gets fired, I won't give a fuck. I know that for sure. I won't care. Who knows? Either way, moving on, the next thing. We also have a Divas title match announced for the pay-per-view. Of course, Alicia Fox, who has been able to get one win over Paige. Yes, Alicia Fox somehow has become number one contender. She has, yes, a non-title victory over Paige. But she also lost to her once, and she also lost against Emma. So, I really don't see why she's deserving of being the number one contender. Yeah, still having a pinfall victory over the champion, that's great, but still, losing to two other divas, well, actually, losing to the Divas champion herself, and losing to another diva, I just don't see how... Whatever. WWE logic, I'm sorry. But yeah, Alicia Fox versus Paige for the Divas title. I really don't think they're going to have Alicia Fox win the title. So Paige will either win clean, or Alicia Fox will freak out and get herself disqualified. Don't know, but either way, I don't see Fox winning the title. So, bottom line is Paige will walk out as champion. I would predict that. Because, yeah. Not only that, but Alicia Fox has proven time and again that she's nothing special. She's a shit wrestler. She's never been very good at promos. I mean, Christ, I keep coming back to the undefined Champion of Divas line that she had a while back. Freaking yuts that she is. Anyways, moving on to the next match. In our second mid-card title match, we have the U.S. title being defended. Champion Sheamus defending against number one contender Cesaro, who apparently these two have been feuding. I haven't really noticed all that much. They haven't really even interacted all that much. I mean, there was the thing, where they had their one match on Raw, and Cesaro won, and Sheamus went to shake his hand, and Cesaro was like, nope, no thanks, and just kind of blew him off. And then this past week on Raw, Sheamus Brogue kicks him out of nowhere like a sucker-punching bitch. Sheamus looking way too much like Wade Barrett here. And then he shakes Cesaro's limp hand when he's laying there knocked out. Either way, that being what it is, something tells me they might have Cesaro win the title here. Sheamus, I don't know. Something tells me they really just had Sheamus win the title just to get it off Ambrose and away from the Shield. That way it could be defended. Because Ambrose couldn't defend it because he was too busy doing stuff with the Shield. So, I don't know. Sheamus may have just been a transitional champion to get it to somebody a little bit more worthy. And they have kind of been building Cesaro up lately a little bit. Putting him with Paul Heyman and having him win that stupid Andre the Giant Battle Royal at WrestleMania 30. Yeah. So I'm thinking they'll have Cesaro win here. And this could also help to turn Sheamus heel so that then he can go and join Evolution. So, yeah, I don't know. I haven't heard anything else about that idea being scrapped. So it could still happen. Don't know. Don't really fucking care. Moving on. Oh, and this one I don't even have a prediction. Yeah. Well, let's just fucking make one up really quick. The match, by the way, speaking of the Shield, is of course the match of the Shield versus Evolution in a no-holds-barred elimination match. See, there's the funny thing. I'm not exactly sure how this one would go. With the news I saw, you might have heard from the SmackDown video that I just did. I mentioned something about Ambrose referring to Rollins and Reigns as his former partners. So that kind of hints at the Shield breaking up soon. So that could spell doom for the Shield here at the pay-per-view. Really don't know. The Shield already beat Evolution at the Extreme Rules pay-per-view last month. So having Evolution win, it's no holds barred, which in WWE's retarded logic means there's no DQs. Which, that's a whole nother discussion that we'll have maybe not some other day, but don't know. No holds barred doesn't mean no DQ, WWE. Maybe to you idiots it does, but to me and for my money, no holds barred is supposed to mean if there are any moves or holds that are banned currently in the company, those moves and holds would be perfectly legal in this match. That's what no holds barred means. And of course it's an elimination match, so yeah, when any member of either team is pinned or made to submit, they'll be eliminated and they'll have to return to the locker room. So, yeah. They may end up using this as a vehicle to put Roman Reigns over really strong. One of the members of the Shield, or possibly two of the members, could end up turning on Roman to side with Evolution. and they may still have Roman survive triumphantly and eliminate all three members of the of Evolution, either by himself or with very little help from Rollins and Ambrose. I really don't know. This is really the only match I give a fuck at this pay-per-view. The only match I give a fuck about. I think I'm going to have to predict the Shield, because they already beat Evolution once, and yeah, that's probably me being stupid, because if they won once, chances are they'd probably have to have Evolution win here just to keep the feud going, and if Evolution loses again, it will make them look weak. Not that they aren't, but you know. Can't make Triple H look weak. So maybe I just picked a losing team. I don't know. I don't care. I'm still going to stick with my prediction for the Shield. I predict they will win somehow. It's no holds barred, so I'm guessing it'll be basically anything goes. Weapons, any sort of move. We might see a pile driver get busted out here. That would be awesome. I want to see Ambrose pile drive somebody through a table. That'd be great. He's done that before, by the way, so it wouldn't really be anything new for him. But yeah, I'm going to predict the Shield. I don't know. Like I said, they may end up having Reigns put over really strong by having him be the sole survivor, although that sounds more like a Survivor Series type finish, but you know. And I think they actually did that at the Survivor Series pay-per-view a while back, didn't they? I think so. Who knows? Who cares? Moving on. Last match on the card will most likely be the only frickin' match left that they have announced, and that's the last man standing match between Superman John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. And need I remind you that John Cena has never lost a last man standing match, at least not that I can recall. And yeah. So, honestly, Bray challenging Cena to a last man standing match in the first place was just stupid as fuck. But yeah, I'll have to predict Cena since I don't think he's ever lost a last man standing match. And because, let's see, they're both 1-1 apiece. Cena won at WrestleMania with his legacy on the line, quote unquote. And Bray won at Extreme Rules in the cage match with help from Little Johnny and his demonic singing. Scared the shit out of Cena. So, something tells me that this could either be the end of the feud between these two, and Cena will win and move on to something else, or even with winning, Cena will still continue feuding with Bray, just, you know, because Bray keeps harassing him. I really don't know, or give a fuck. I don't like either one of these two ass clowns. I don't care who wins. I really don't. I don't really care about most of this pay-per-view. Bryan's hurt, so he can't defend the WWE World Heavyweight title. Jesus Christ. Yeah, so that's the end of the matches that have actually been announced for the pay-per-view. Now I'd like to go into a few things that are possible to happen. It has been teased and hinted at for a while, but it could possibly happen. I don't know if it will or not. But Harper and Rowan of the Wyatt family could take on the Usos for the tag team titles. That could happen. Neither one of those teams is booked for anything else. although they may end up being in the corners of Bray and Cena in the Last Man Standing match, although would probably be a good idea to keep both of those teams away from that match so it's just one-on-one and we have a decisive winner. Because honestly, that's the thing, one of the big things that I really hate about Bray Wyatt. He always has help from somebody else. He seemingly can't win a match clean. At least not on pay-per-view. Let's rewind the tape and take a look. His first match in the WWE all those months ago against Kane in the Inferno match. Harper and Rowan had to help him win. Let's see, I think his next match after that, pay-per-view at least, was versus Daniel Bryan at the Royal Rumble. I don't remember if he had any help from Harper and Rowan. But I know Bray won. So yeah, you got that. I think they had a match at Elimination Chamber, which was after the Rumble between that and WrestleMania, but I don't remember who they went against or who won. Don't know. But then at WrestleMania, you had Cena versus Bray, and Cena won. And then last month at Extreme Rules, right, Bray won the cage match with help from Harper and Rowan and Little Johnny. So now we have Bray and Cena in a last man standing match, and how much you want to bet Harper and Rowan will help Bray in some way, even if it doesn't lead to Bray winning, although it very well could. I suppose that's possible. But even still, that's probably the only way Bray would win. Because straight up, one-on-one, no interference, nothing, Cena would kill Bray Wyatt in a last man standing match. I really think he would. Bray might be evil and, kind of tough, but time and time again, they have shown Cena to be one of the toughest motherfuckers in the company. I mean, fuck, all the I Quit matches that he never lost. Having the shit beat out of him by The Miz and Alex Riley and Randy Orton, all these I Quit matches, and Cena never quit because he's that fucking tough, supposedly. Yeah, I'm still going to have to predict Cena. Like I said, I don't think he's ever lost a last man standing match. So I don't really see much of a chance of Bray to be the first one to beat Cena, without Harper and Rowan's help, of course. If Harper and Rowan help him, he could win, because it would essentially be 3-on-1, but then again, in that situation, the Usos would probably come down for the save to help chase off Harper and Rowan, or they'd end up getting their asses kicked too. Don't know, don't fucking care. But yeah, Harper and Rowan versus the Usos for the tag team titles could happen. Don't know. They also might do something with Bo Dallas at the pay-per-view. He just debuted, so you would think they would want to do something with him. Not only that, but if you again saw the SmackDown video, I mentioned that he lost a match on NXT with the stipulation being if he lost, he could not return to NXT. So, Bo cannot return to NXT. He is stuck on the main roster. Bad idea, because nobody likes him. Or at least the fans don't. I know there's some people on my message board that like him. Yeah, anyways. They might do something with Bo Dallas. They might also do something with Adam Rose, who also just debuted. You would think they would want to do something with him. He might come out and dance around with his stupid rosebuds, or the Exotic Express, or whatever you want to call them. And they might do something else with him and Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter, or maybe somebody else. Who knows? Who cares? And also, since the pay-per-view takes place in Chicago, it has been speculated for a while now that this could be the best chance at a return for CM Punk as well as AJ Lee. AJ's been gone since she lost the Divas title to Paige, and Punk has been gone since the night after the Royal Rumble. So, yeah. Being in Chicago, they might finally be able to convince Punk to come back and do something at the pay-per-view. Not really sure about this. I really hope it does, because I really miss Punk. The show just isn't the same without him. And miss AJ as well. The Divas division just isn't the same without her. We have Paige now, which is nice, but at the same time, they're giving this ridiculous amount of time to Alicia Fox, who is so not worth it. You could have given this freak-out gimmick to any of the other divas, and it would have been better. Either way, that is a possibility. AJ and Punk could return. Would be nice. I don't know. But there's my predictions for the Payback pay-per-view. I suppose I'll go over them, just recap one more time really quickly on the pre-show. I will predict El Torito to defeat Hornswoggle in the hair versus mask match. In the pay-per-view, I will predict Big E to go over Rusev. I will predict Wade Barrett to retain his Intercontinental title over RVD. You have Bryan's ultimatum. I don't think he's going to give up his title. And who cares if Brie gets fired? She's not worth a shit either. I will predict Paige to retain the Divas title versus Alicia Fox. I predict Cesaro to win the U.S. title, defeating current champion Sheamus. That would be nice. I'm predicting The Shield to defeat Evolution in the no-holds-barred elimination match. And I'm predicting John Cena to defeat Bray Wyatt in the Last Man Standing match. And also, if it happens, I would predict Harper and Rowan to defeat the Usos to become the new tag team champions. Something with Bo Dallas, something with Adam Rose, possibly, and even possibly the return of AJ Lee and CM Punk. There it is, once again, the recapped version of my predictions for the Payback pay-per-view this Sunday. Like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to be June 1st, 2014, from Chicago, Illinois. Sweet home Chicago. Moving on, yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching. Join us on Sunday when I will go over the pay-per-view. I'm not even sure if it is this. I'm pretty sure it is this Sunday, though. I hope it is. I want to get this shit over with. We will see if something good enough happens for me to stay interested in the WWE, or if this is going to be, or if the pay-per-view video is going to be my last video for the WWE for a while. I don't know. I might give it until the night after the pay-per-view. I don't think so. As I've said before, I've been watching the WWE and wrestling in general for a long, long, long time. To just give it up like this would be painful for me. So, I'd really hate to see it end this way. Either way, that's it for this episode of the Wrestling Rant. My predictions for the Payback pay-per-view this Sunday. Thank you for watching. Join us on Sunday, as I said before, for the actual pay-per-view rundown, results, yada yada. We will see you then for that. So please join us then. Thank you for watching, and good night.